Here are your names. Mr. Brown, Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange, and Mr. Pink.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Because you're a faggot, all right?
Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, where we are destroying cynicism in the box office and rebooting an old favorite. Welcome to our theater. My name is Matt Vieira. Here with me is Adam Bernardino.
Howdy, fellas and ladies.
What's going on? There's no ladies here. This is for men. Guys being dudes.
Men's club.
I don't think so.
No.
And Sean Abernathy.
Hello again. I'm not sick this week.
He's not. This is like what? Like 2 months?
Week 5 at least.
Week 5.
At least.
Damn. So we are here, and as you got from that title, we're going to talk about reboots today. But first, Sean's Riddle Game of the Week, sponsored by Doritos, sponsored by Mountain Dew, patent pending.
Again, title work in progress. Hold on, I got to pull this up again. All right, so I've decided to change the game. For all you listeners out there, if you can get this, please call in and tell us the answers, because we don't know the answers.
Okay.
You ready? The dwarf stabs him.
The dwarf stabs him. The dwarf stabs him.
Any idea?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I have no clue.
You got
I
nothing? All right. She cuts off his genitals.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
These are tough.
That's like that sounds like a new. Are you sure that's not news articles from Florida?
Does sound like Florida.
The midget stabs him, and she cuts off his penis. That just sounds like headlines from Orlando.
Jeez, it does, actually. You're absolutely right.
Bath salts, shit.
Wait, this one has names. We have to know this one. She chooses Blaine over Ducky.
Blaine over Ducky. I'm cheating.
Matt's cheating
I'm
now.
cheating. Ducky. It sounds really familiar. Ducky sounds familiar.
Ducky sounds familiar.
Pretty in Pink
Oh,
is what it says. Unless there's another movie with characters named Blaine and Ducky.
it might be.
Could be. I don't know.
Oh, they save Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
Nice. All right.
Was
All
that
right,
one
well
you
done.
made up, or was that
No,
one
it was
on
right
the-
there.
Damn. Some of them are really low hanging.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta keep
All
it
right.
coming back.
Trailers of the week. Last week we talked about the teaser for the trailer of Spider-Man: Homecoming, and they released the full trailer, the new full trailer, because there was one previous. This new one basically shows a little bit more of the Vulture, and a little bit more of Spider-Man's suit, which clearly has some Stark tech built into it. Adam, what do you think about the spider suit, the new spider suit?
I thought it was awesome. I like the moving eyes, a la Deadpool.
Yes.
I liked how the little spider comes off of his chest and flies around, sort of like a surveillance drone.
Kind of like Red Wing.
I thought
Falcon's
it was
Red
really
Wing.
cool. I think it's... And the wings really, they do something nasty to me.
I think that's something that Spider-Man was missing. It seemed a little far-fetched with Tobey Maguire, where again, I'm going to preface this by saying this is a superhero movie, so everything's far-fetched.
Right.
But as far as, like, suspended reality, no pun intended, but he would always just, like, throw his arm out and he would attach his web to something. You know what I mean? Like, it was a without thing.
Oh, yeah, there was always an enormous building from him.
At least with this, he can, like, if he needs to glide somewhere, he can glide.
Well, you notice where he is.
He's in a city.
No, he was in D.C., was he not?
Oh, is he in D.C.? Is that where he
There's
is?
not a lot of tall buildings in D.C. In New York, where Tobey Maguire was, there's plenty. I thought he was on top of the... I thought
he's from Brooklyn, no?
Yeah, but I thought he
Queens?
was on top of National
No,
Monument.
Sean's
Oh,
right.
he was,
In
yes.
the trailer, he's jumping off of the Washington Monument.
Yes, yeah, you're absolutely
There's
right.
no tall buildings over there. He needs
That's
wings.
true. So he does need wings. Yep. You're
This
absolutely
this trailer was good. I've been super excited about this since they reintroduced Spider-Man
right. Yeah.
in Civil War. I gotta say, I'm less excited after the trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What brought you down?
I didn't want to know about his qualms with Stark.
Oh, like
I just wanted it to be about
Well,
him versus
did you-
Vulture.
did you
and
see
throw
Civil
that
War?
in there.
Well, I
yeah.
guess- I don't know.
I'm
Yeah,
taking the suit.
yeah,
I'm taking
yeah,
the suit
yeah.
away.
Yeah, I know.
Come
yeah,
on, you gotta throw that in there.
Yeah.
But again,
that's kind of cool though. So obviously that shows like a little like that actually gives away a lot of it. But
there's another
he's
arc.
not gonna have the super suit. He's gonna have to
Right.
go back to his homemade bullshit costume.
Exactly. So again, if it's too good of a trailer, it can kind of overhype a movie. So I'm also kind of conversely more excited for the movie because maybe it'll be better than the trailer in a weird kind of way.
Yeah.
But it looks good.
I'm excited for Michael Keaton being the Vulture.
Yeah.
Looks pretty.
Michael Keaton looks like a certified badass in the trailer.
Yeah.
That coat, I need to get that coat with the feathers around the neck. It looks like
I knew you were gonna say that.
Triple X's jacket.
Yeah, Xander Cage, man. That's straight out of Xander Cage's closet. Absolutely. I knew you were gonna say that. It's not a Spider-Man movie unless there's something cut in half that Spider-Man has to hold together with his webs.
Yes.
Can we agree to that?
Yes.
Can we agree to that?
Or
It's not a
just something that he has to. Yeah.
It's not a Spider-Man movie
together.
unless he has to hold two things together with his body.
Him and Captain America can get together.
Yeah, seriously. Captain America pulling the helicopter out of the sky and holding onto the thing, and Spider-Man just holding things together. Engineer's best friend. So I know I'm excited for it. I think Tom Holland's gonna be great. I can't wait to see Aunt May. Ooh, Aunt May. I wish I had like the wolf where the jaw comes down and the tongue rolls out. Yeah, there we go. That's Aunt May. What did I say?
Aunt May. You said.
I said Aunt May. Oh, all right, yeah. I thought I said something wrong. Well, a few weeks ago I said Aaron Curry for Aquaman instead of Arthur Curry. So, okay. So the next one was Defenders. Adam, did you see the Defenders teaser? We'll call it.
I did see it. It's very little, but it's still exciting to see that. It's a little something to let fans know that it's coming. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
It's
I'm psyched. I'm gonna watch it no matter what. I'd be fine with it if they didn't show another trailer.
Yeah. I think that's.
You know
I think
that's
that would
all I
be
need
fine
to
too.
see.
Yeah, because I honestly didn't even. I mean, Iron Fist is a different story, but I didn't even really watch any Iron Fist trailers, and I was still excited to watch it. Less excited after I saw it, but it's cool to see all four of them together. It still bothers me that Daredevil so quickly reverts back to his old costume, like the costume that he homemade.
But maybe there's a reason for it.
Well, I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but it too closely resembles what Iron Fist should be wearing. Iron Fist wears this do-rag eye hole thing, and it looks exactly like that. So when I was in the elevator, I'm like, "Oh, that's weird." Like he's wearing, and then I remembered from Daredevil season 1, he wears this raggy
So one thing about that, I don't want to get too far into it, but they all four get in an elevator, and the voice says "going down."
Yeah,
could be a downfall.
Could be.
They have to come back season 2.
Problems in Paradise.
Problems ahead.
Yeah. Trouble in Paradise. It's also called
Problems in Paradise.
Problems in Paradise. It's a book I'm writing. It's about my missteps with all-inclusive hotels in Cancun. The next one, Adam, you threw this on there. Did you watch it? I'm surprised you watched it.
First of all, I watched the trailer just to watch it because I'm not gonna go see it.
Okay.
Come on.
Then that's the end of that. Nobody's gonna convince me to see it.
Well, we'll see.
But I watched the trailer because I was like, I'm really interested in. It's 2017 and people are really cynical. Like the whole reason we sort of started this podcast, and I feel like Killer Clown movie is the epitome of let the cynicism attack. And I watched the trailer, and I don't know how you nail the tone of a supernatural psycho clown killer movie, but it looks like they did. And the trailer got me pumped. I'm not gonna see it, but it looks cool,
Just watch it.
I think you should see it, Adam.
You should watch the original. Block out half your weekend because it's 3 hours long.
Wait until it's the original Marvel movie with a clown. Wait until you hear my movie recommendation later. You should watch that. But we'll get to that later. But I think that I think the community largely is accepting of this trailer. Like you said, I think they nailed it, and I think that this could have been, like you said, I think this could have been an easy, low hanging fruit for people to hate on it because it's a reboot of a classic, coming from a classic book. So, and I think they nailed it. I think it looks terrifying. It looks awesome. It's very dark. I don't know what they shot it on, but they're really doing wonders with color grading and tone just via the way a movie looks. Now I'm not gonna say nowadays, I'm an 80-year-old man, but nowadays
it's really good. And then the movie, the book, is way more than just a horrifying clown, which makes it super interesting.
Okay,
so
I've never read it.
Have you seen the book? Have you seen the movie?
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. It's more than a clown. Absolutely. Okay. War for the Planet of the Apes. Adam, what's new with this one that wasn't in the last one? Because I actually didn't see it.
I just wanted to add War for the Planet of the Apes because I loved Rise and One of the Planet of the Apes. I thought those two movies were awesome.
Yeah.
And so I saw that. When I saw the trailer for War for the Planet of the Apes came out, I was like immediately pumped up about it. And so it stars Caesar, who's the lead ape, and the lead villain is played by Woody Harrelson, who looks like an absolute maniac.
Yeah.
And it's basically the final battle. Like, it's the human's last chance, is how it's built up. And from the looks of the trailer, it looks like there's a traitor in among the apes who like
Whoa.
helps the humans. And so now Caesar has to deal with, ape versus ape again, but this time it's for all the marbles.
Damn.
And Andy Serkis as Caesar is like an unreal thing. Like, it's awesome how good he is with that role.
He's awesome. I can't wait until the day he gets his like Lifetime Achievement Award.
Right.
And they show his reel, and nobody has a fucking clue that he played all these characters.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody's gonna be like, he played that and that,
Yeah.
and he's Gollum, and he's a fucking ape. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, people are gonna be going bananas at the Oscars when he gets his Lifetime Achievement Award. People are not gonna understand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The last one on for trailers of the week is the Game of Thrones teaser for season 7. It's the how do you say that? Penultimate season of Game of
That's how
Thrones.
you say it.
Penultimate.
If that's
Is that how
what
you
you
say
mean.
it? Yeah. It's the
No, no, there were 2 more.
no, so it's gonna be this one, and then this is the second to last season. Then there's gonna be one more.
Oh, okay.
And they're both shortened. They're
Right,
gonna
right,
be
right, right.
I don't know how many episodes, but they're shortened. I just
Really,
from this
really holding us over a barrel.
yeah, fucking A, man. But yet we'll probably get 10 more seasons of The Walking Dead.
20.
20.
20
Hey,
years, I hear.
Make it 20. Make it 20. The Game of Thrones teaser. Cersei's a bad bitch.
Do you guys like this teaser?
She is.
Yeah,
She scares
absolutely.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
I fucking love it.
Have they
I
done
like
this
it.
before
It's-
with
I
like
thought
a
it was-
regular
I thought it was
song?
cool, but all it did was make me upset that it doesn't start until July.
I don't know. Did they ever do it with a regular song? I don't think so.
It just seemed to pull me out of the world a little.
Because the world is so very well architected with all this great score. Like,
Yeah.
this great score. And it's, yeah, you're right.
It kind of pulled me out of it.
they could
But
have
this
put...
is me being cynic. Sorry, this is no place.
No. Hey, it's as long as it's justified, we can roll with that. But I thought it was still good.
Yeah,
I'm still very excited for
Yeah,
Game
exactly.
of Thrones.
Yeah.
They could have put a jar of mayonnaise out there, a la Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, great episode.
But I love the score. I think they could have put "Light of the Seven," that song that
Yeah.
they played during the season finale.
I like how you paused like you didn't know that right off the top of your head. You're like, what's
like
that song?
like I wasn't listening to it in my mom's car. She has all the Game of Thrones soundtracks in her car on CD, and that's what she listens to. It's a 60 CD changer, and it's
That's a power move.
seasons 1 through 6.
That's
in the CD
incredible.
changer. That's what she listens to. So we listen to Light of the Seven, and then also The Reigns of Castamere, which is a fucking amazing song as well. And they played both those live when we went to the live show.
Oh, shit.
Amazing. Okay, Adam, do you have anything to add to the Game of Thrones teaser?
No, I think we nailed it. I'm just like, I'm psyched for it, but I'm heated that we have to wait until July. Like, what am I gonna do?
3 months. I could die
Sucks.
between now and then.
That's
Nothing.
Get the freeze chamber.
Freeze chamber.
Get the fucking freeze chamber. Get it.
Gotta
now.
invest.
All right, let's jump into movie news. Again, it started off as the fastest 30 seconds in movie news, and then it went to the fastest minute in movie news, and then it was movie news, and now it's just it's movie news again. So let's go through this, guys. Feel free to pop in if you want to talk about any of these things, or at the end of it, we can go through any of these. So Jeremy Renner passed on Mission Impossible 6 to appear in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I fucking love it.
Good decision.
Very good decision. I can't wait to see more Evangeline Lilly. All about it.
I'm on the opposite side of you.
Wait,
guys on this
you
one.
don't like?
I love those movies. I like Jeremy Renner in them.
Yeah, I've never seen a Mission Impossible movie, so I'm not with you on that.
You too?
I've never
You,
seen
my
one.
friend, are missing out.
Wait, have you not seen
No.
one too? Yeah, it's just one of those things I missed out on.
What's the
and
matter
then
with you people?
it's just one of those things I missed out on the first few, and then that was it. It's just, and I keep saying I've also never seen a Bourne movie.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous.
I'm sorry, I've also never seen a
Me
Bourne
neither.
movie.
I haven't seen a Bourne movie.
What?
Wow, so it's like this is like a weird thing going on. So I don't know.
I've never seen a Bond movie.
No,
I'm just
get
kidding.
out of here. Get out of here with that shit.
That's ridiculous.
I loved Ant-Man. Ant-Man was when it came out, it was one of the best Marvel movies that had come out. It stands alone. It's so different. Exactly. So much fun. So I'm excited to see the Wasp, and for Jeremy Renner to want to appear in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I fucking love that because I love Hawkeye. Hawkeye is such an underutilized character in the Marvel Universe, and this will give him some spotlight where he'll usually be cast aside in the bigger movies. So win-win for everybody.
Agreed.
Except for Adam.
Hey, guys, I haven't seen Ant-Man.
What? That's not true.
Can we cut him?
It's like the only superhero movie. It's the only superhero movie I've never seen.
I'll cut you some slack only because I only just saw the Thor movies like a month ago.
That's right.
But that's ridiculous. I have it on Blu-ray. I'm gonna have to let you borrow that.
Mail it up.
That's fucking ridiculous.
All right, I'm on it.
All right.
I'll have watched it for the next podcast.
Okay. All right. Marvel movies.
Also, this is still the movie news, by the way.
This is still movie news. Marvel movie sultan Josh Whedon has been tasked with directing a standalone Batgirl movie. That's fucking awesome. In a Letty Ortiz turn of events, Baby Groot won't have any of Groot's memories from Guardians 2. Did you guys see how I layered that reference?
I did. Yeah.
Letty and Vin Diesel voices Baby Groot. You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting turn of events for Guardians 2.
You're good.
Hey, this is what I do during work. I get paid the big bucks for this. The Batman VR game is making its way to Vive and Oculus Rift sometime this year. For those of you who don't know about VR, it was only on the PlayStation VR, and now it's also going to it's going to PC. So everybody can play the Batman virtual reality game. I'm hyped for it. I just recently sold some posters so I can afford a VR headset. So I will give you a full review. Speaking of video games, there's a Mega Man animated show coming to Cartoon Network. Jessica Jones Season 2 is officially in production right now, and in an interview with Tom Holland, he says he would love to take on Venom. Could we see a Venom Marvel Sony Spider-Man Ultra crossover? We talked about this last week. We talked about how we don't really know how the lines go with the Sony owning Spider-Man and Marvel borrowing it, but I think it would be awesome to see Spider-Man and Venom.
Absolutely.
We have to see Venom done better than it was with Topher Grace from Spider-Man 3. It needs to be a better version of Venom.
So now, do you think people are going to be butthurt if they recast Spider-Man again for the Sony universe?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will be.
I will just be fatigued.
So.
Fatigue is a good word for it.
I'll just be Spider-Man fatigued, honestly. Like, I was invested in Andrew Garfield, and then they pulled the rug out from underneath me.
See,
now I'm invested in Tom Holland.
I never fell for that one.
And I can't fucking have Tom Holland being Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe and then Sony having their own Spider-Man. I can't have that. I can't have that. I need parity. I need parity across the board.
I agree.
Hey, I saw something on April Fool's Day that really threw me into a tailspin. I saw something that that Zac Efron had tweeted he's starting his Venom workout. I was on board. I was on board for that one.
I could see him as Eddie Brock, I guess.
I could see him as Eddie Brock.
I would need to see the Venom costume. I would need
shoes on him.
I would need. That's the thing. I would need to see the Venom costume or makeup or however they do it, however they portray Venom. Because if it makes him a bigger person when he's Venom, then yeah, maybe.
Wait. So is it happening?
Well, I mean, there's a Venom movie coming out. They're
was Zac Efron?
No. They haven't casted it. They haven't casted it yet.
It was an April Fool's joke?
Yeah. Also, probably,
but it got me bad.
Fucking capital A actor move on his part. That's how you get roles.
Yep.
Is you fake wanting the role. Oh, April Fools.
Everybody loves it.
April Fools, I want to be the next Bond.
Yeah.
Hey, April Fools, DC, I'm submitting my resume to direct the Flash movie. April Fools, though. So that's a capital A actor move right there. All right, so let's move in. If you don't have anything else to say you got anything else to say, guys?
Good.
I do want to add one more thing before I forget, and this goes way back to War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
And how I'm so psyched to see this movie. Director Matt Reeves, who also directed Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which everybody loved, who is also directing The Batman.
Yes.
So another sample that people can get hyped about, because this, like, when you watch the trailer, it's dark. Like, it is a dark time on the planet, obviously, because humans are almost dead. And so, I feel like it might translate well to Gotham City. So it'll be a good resume builder for Matt Reeves.
I also would like to add one more thing. I think you're absolutely right. I also think that Josh Whedon doing the standalone Batgirl movie is a huge step forward for DC. Without them drafting a costume design. Like, this is enormous for DC's DCU. Like, this is huge.
Do we know who's playing Batgirl?
Yeah, it is. Because then, I mean, I was thinking about... No, not yet. Oh, I was going to say, like, I remember a while ago, like, after the enormous success of the first Avengers movie, somebody tweeted about how to do a Justice League movie, and he said, "Call me."
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it's not out of the question for him to do Justice League Part 2.
I think
I don't know.
I think that would be they should have got him
in
for
the
the
family
first
now.
one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. He's in now. And they're gonna get good stuff out of him. And that's very exciting for the Batgirl movie. Totally.
So you have him do a Marvel and a DC movie?
Yeah. That's it's kind of crazy.
J.J. Abrams doing Star Trek and Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Star Trek, let's move into the main topic of our show and reboots, because actually that's one of the better reboots, honestly. This new Star Trek.
That's
movies.
a good point. I do like those reboots.
Sean, talk to me about something you'd like to see rebooted.
I'd like to see Waterworld rebooted.
Okay.
Would
you like to see Kevin Costner in the
like, just kind of edit him from the old movie to the new movie? Okay. Keep him.
Like continue. So
right.
It's a
shot for
continuation?
shot, different.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, I don't care. I don't know. I just think it's such an epic movie. That was such an expensive movie. They could dump a ton more money into it, and it would be even... I mean, just imagine what they would do now. And that was a good-looking movie for when it came out.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Adam, have you seen Waterworld?
I don't think so.
No? It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's basically Mad Max on the ocean.
Yep. Which is,
it's awesome.
Would be awesome.
Oh, I've seen pieces. I haven't seen the whole thing. I haven't seen enough to speak about it, but I know what you're talking about.
Tankers blowing up and blimps. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. That would be a really cool reboot. Who would you put in the role of... Who's the fucking main character's name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner's role. His name is Kevin Costner.
And your cousin Kevin Costner's role.
This is not my forte, but Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender?
No.
I'm in. I'm first in line.
I got one audience.
Tom Hardy. Listen. I know. I honestly, if there's a gritty role, like a gritty action role to be had, I'm just gonna cast Tom Hardy.
No, you're absolutely right.
But I don't know, Tom Hardy, or maybe like, if you want like someone that's a bit older, like.
I don't know. Tom Hardy
maybe Gerard Butler.
Oh.
Gerard Butler could. I don't know.
I don't hate it. Another one I'd love to see rebooted Super Mario Brothers.
Okay. Now, so you're talking about the movie,
the live action one,
yeah,
with the small headed lizards.
Yeah, hilarious.
It's not a knock. I just think it'd be.
It holds a special place in my heart. Honestly, that movie. It's really funny.
I mean, it's bad.
It's bad. Yeah.
It's like good. It's bad, good, or good, bad. However you want to call it.
Yeah.
And you kind of talked me out of this one when we talked a little bit earlier, but Gremlins.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Adam, what I was talking about Sean before. So with Gremlins, I would love. Gremlins is one of my favorite movies. I would love to see a reboot of it, but the thing with Gremlins, and the same gripe that I had with the Power Rangers reboots and other reboots like it, and we'll talk about another one in a minute. The practical effects that go into the original Gremlins movies, even the second one, are awesome, and they're hard to replicate, and they won't be replicated. They'll be CGI, which CGI is not. It's not the devil. Right. It's not like what everybody makes it out to be. If you make a movie with CGI, it's trash. It's not. But the original practical effects, and with Power Rangers, I love the Power Rangers reboot. I thought they did a good job, like real good nostalgia levels there. But I miss there being a person in a Megazord suit or in a giant lizard suit, basically just fighting each other in a shrunk down
on a model.
Little town. Yeah, on a model, exactly. I picture the scene from Arrested Development when they have a mole problem and
Yeah.
and they make the tiny houses, the models, and then the mole comes around the and it's like this giant. It's Tobias like stomping around in the model. But anyway, so that's my problem with the Gremlins reboot. I would love to see it, but I know it's not going to be. There's not going to be practical effects like there was.
Right, and then everybody would be coming out of the woodwork hating on the CGI and
Sure.
all the practical effects like you said.
Yeah.
So I think it would be tough, but I mean I'd see it.
Yeah. I think everybody needs to experience like the Gremlins for the first time. Like there's a lot of kids that would see it that like have no idea about like Gremlins 1 and 2.
Oh no.
Like,
Yeah.
Like we need like
They have a fresh audience.
we
at
need
this point.
Gizmo back in the rotation as like cute cuddly movie characters.
Yeah.
So I'm all about that. I'm gonna talk about a few. So I think that a good reboot that just happened, as far as animated stuff goes, was Voltron. It's on Netflix right now. I don't know if either. I know Sean, you said you haven't watched it, or you didn't even know.
No, I wasn't really that familiar with it.
Adam, did you watch Voltron, or have you seen it on Netflix?
I have not.
So it used to be a 1980s cartoon. It's basically where the Power Rangers got their inspiration, I'll say. And I don't know. Voltron came first before Power Rangers, but I thought they did a real good job on Netflix. It's an animated show. It just got renewed for a season 3. It's pretty popular. But I think that they should also remake a lot of the old anime cartoons that I used to watch on Toonami and things like that.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. A continuation. I know they do some Dragon Ball Z shows now, but a better movie. I know they came out with a Dragon Ball movie, but a better Dragon Ball movie would be awesome. I also think they should redo some animated stuff as well. Put it in theaters. That would be sweet. And as far as I'm not gonna say bad, but this goes back to what I was talking about with Gremlins. Practical effects versus CGI. The remake of The Thing. Now, Adam, me and you it holds a special place in our heart. The John Carpenter's The Thing. The new one is just it has the problems I was talking about with Gremlins. Like I said, it just doesn't have that like the practical effects in John Carpenter's The Thing are amazing. They're terrifying.
They make the movie.
Yeah, it's so
they
good.
make the movie.
Yeah, so.
And then it gets real ridiculous in the new The Thing. It gets real ridiculous.
It gets
for me.
Yes.
I mean,
no, I agree. It was enjoyable, but it does get completely ridiculous. I put that remake in the same category as the prequels from Star Wars. It was made at a bad time when there wasn't a ton of support behind it, and it was like a in between of like all this amazing new technology and old technology. So it kind of
I don't think it. I think that came out like semi recently.
2011. But I think that is still like, even though that's pretty recent, I still think that's an awkward time in cinema.
Yeah.
Especially for a movie that maybe didn't have the budget that or the fanfare that like Episode 7 had.
Oh, it definitely didn't have the budget. I don't think it had the budget at all.
Do you know what I mean? So like movies like that. But like think about if there was like a big rally for like John Carpenter's The Thing to be remade like tomorrow. Like there would be, we'd have like a big time director, we'd have this huge budget going behind it and all that stuff, and that kind of flew under the radar. When I showed it to Sean on IMDb, he had no idea it just came out in 2011.
Nah, to be honest, I haven't seen it, and it sounds like you wouldn't recommend it.
No.
Okay.
If it's on TV,
No.
If it's on TV,
and
check
then
it out.
I'd like to see like the Kurt Russell's IMDb record, but I have a feeling like The Thing came out around the same time as like Escape to New York and Escape to LA and those movies where like Kurt Russell was the man.
Yeah,
you know
the
what I mean?
80s.
And then this other Thing movie comes out and it's got Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Joel Edgerton in it, and like they're okay, but I mean, give me a badass.
All I think about with Mary Elizabeth Winstead is the Final Destination movies.
Give me Michelle Rodriguez in Iceland or wherever the hell they are.
Oh.
Always give me Michelle Rodriguez. Always. and for any female role, always give me Michelle Rodriguez. I hope they find her half dead body in the Avatar movies and bring her back for the 10 more they're making. I hope they pull her from the wreckage of her downed like helicopter ship and bring her back, because she was killed off too fast in that movie.
I just want to jump in and give Adam some credit.
She was.
The Thing came out a year after Escape from New York.
Yeah.
Nailed that one.
That's when Kurt Russell was hot in the streets.
Also, a year after The Fox and the Hound he was in.
Really? Who did he voice in that?
Copper?
Copper was one of the animals.
Copper was the dog? Damn it, the picture has both of them in it.
Dude, also, Kurt Russell has a hell of a career.
Yeah, he's a dog. He was a dog?
Yeah.
He must have been an adult.
A doll?
The adult Copper.
Oh, maybe. He's had a hell of a run.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell. Like, he has, like, now he's, like, back in
still
the
on
picture. I know. Like, with the Fast and Furious movies now, I'm sure he'll be in it till the end. Like, until the end of the series.
Have you ever seen Overboard?
Oh,
Yep.
my God.
Overboard's great.
Overboard is with Goldie Hawn is so good. His wife in real life, but Lindy just showed me that over.
Oh, you hadn't seen it?
About a year ago. She introduced
So
me,
good.
and we were in Best Buy, and it was in the $5 movie bin. And she's like, "You've never seen Overboard?" And I was like, "I've never seen Overboard," and I fucking love Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
So it's so funny. Yeah. Oh my God, it's really really good. Really funny. So. But yeah,
nice.
I mean, look at his I am not to go off on Kurt Russell right now, but Guardians of the Galaxy 2, The Fate of the Furious, Deepwater Horizon,
Hateful
whatever.
Eight.
Hateful Eight, Furious 7, and then he was also in recently Death Proof, he was awesome in Death Proof. I fucking love that movie. But anyway, so Adam, what about your reboots? Tell me a song. Sing me a song. Sing me a song.
Okay, so I misunderstood this a little bit. And
No,
I did, Adam.
Reboots that I enjoyed.
No, I put this as reboots.
okay.
We're talking about reboots, so this is for anything. Sean also thought that he was backwards on it, but no, it's whatever you want it to be. So you tell me. Sing me a song.
Okay, so first on my list is the Godzilla movie that came out a few years ago.
Two thumbs up.
Awesome.
When I was the one with Matthew Broderick. The one with Matthew Broderick came out when we were younger. I want to say like 8th grade. I must have watched that movie 100 times. When I was homesick from
I'm so
school.
glad you said that.
And, I thought
No.
I loved that. I loved that movie at the time. But then as I got older, I was like, oh, this movie kind of sucks. Like, how the hell does this thing get from Japan to New York?
He's
How the hell?
Godzilla.
Like, you know what I mean?
Bro, like two tail wags.
Yeah, two tail wags and a quick jump.
The new one, I saw it in IMAX 3D, and I thought I was on a ride at Disney World. I thought it was amazing. You know, we've talked about this in other podcasts, how the marketing team did wonders for this by not showing anything in the trailers. But it's fucking Godzilla. People are gonna go see it. I think it did. I think it did amazing at the box office. If I remember.
Yeah, it did really well. I mean, you're right. They didn't need to show anything. The more mystery, the better, as far as Godzilla goes. And they did a great job in the movie, like not revealing things until the end. Like he held, as far as like mystery goes, Godzilla the monster held all the cards. Like you didn't see his whole body until like the very end, and even then you didn't really see his whole body. And he didn't like do his atomic breath until the very end.
Which when that happened, I was so happy.
Instead of that happening from jump, like you know what I mean, like from the word jump, like you hold it until the end, then you throw that down, and like it's fucking awesome. It was awesome.
It's a simple strategy and it works.
I just want to say one thing, Adam, about the movie with Matthew Broderick, the Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick. Listen. That was a great Godzilla movie. I really enjoyed it, and when I watch it now, I still enjoy it. It doesn't. My favorite thing about that movie is that the Godzilla lays eggs inside Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's like the nest of New York. It's like if you were a giant lizard, where would you lay your eggs? Obviously, Madison Square Garden. It's like it looks like a nest. So anyway, but yeah, Godzilla.
That's a good
Godzilla
point.
with Bryan Cranston for 20 minutes. Awesome.
The second one I have on my list is The Hitcher. I saw this on the remake was with Sean Bean and Sophia Bush and one of the dudes from Happy Endings, and I didn't know it was a remake until after I had watched the remake, and I had seen both, and I think the new one holds up really well. I mean, Sean Bean is such an amazing actor, and he plays the role of the Hitcher so well, and it's just like a really suspenseful, like psychological thriller. I really enjoyed that movie. I think they did a good. I don't know. Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah, I think when did that come out? Somehow I think I saw it with
It came
you,
out
Adam.
like 2008 or 2000.
I feel like I went and saw it with you, Adam. Adam, what?
2007.
Okay, what genre would you put The Hitcher in?
I would say thriller.
Thriller.
That's what I say too.
Did it scare you?
Yeah, I don't know.
But Thriller's scary. Thriller's. Oh, sorry.
Did it scare you, Adam?
I didn't see it in theaters. I watched it at my house.
Did The Thing scare you, Adam?
No.
No.
Thing scared me. You're a better man than me.
No, I love that movie.
But you won't see it. That's my point.
Listen, I pick and choose.
All right,
okay?
apparently. Go ahead. Keep
You're not
going.
going to convince me.
I have a special. When I saw The Hitcher, I saw it with Tommy P for the first time, and I had a bag of Rolos.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
why I watched it with. I love that movie.
I don't know why I remember that, but I remember I had a bag of Rolos, and I was eating Rolos while I was watching it. It's just one of those things, like association, and
Something.
I was scared, so my adrenaline was rushing. It imprinted on my brain, and
clicked.
that's all it was. But I love the scene where they play the Nine Inch Nails song, the fucking jacked up Nine Inch Nails when he's fucking riding
and he
alongside.
takes down all those cops by himself.
Yes,
He's driving like the thunder.
Yeah, awesome movie.
I should
Really good.
rewatch that. I like that.
Yeah, you should. So, all right.
The next survivor is The In-Laws with who's in it? Michael Douglas, the guy who does Nemo's dad's voice. I forget his name.
Marlon?
Albert Brooks.
Something.
Albert Brooks.
Albert Brooks and Ryan Reynolds is also in it. And have you guys ever seen this? The In-Laws.
I've never seen this.
This is one of my favorite comedies, and it's so Ryan Reynolds and Michael Douglas are father and son, and Ryan Reynolds is getting married to Albert Brooks's daughter, and they think that Michael Douglas sells copy machines, but he's actually a CIA agent and he's a maniac, and like he tries to bond with Albert Brooks, and they clash so much. Like Michael Douglas is a wild man, and Albert Brooks is like the straight edge foot doctor. He's a real regular dude, and Michael Douglas basically kidnaps him and takes him around the world before the wedding. It's really fun. You
That's
guys
funny. I'll have to watch it.
on TV.
Yeah, never seen it. I'll have to add that to the list.
Didn't know it was a remake, so
Didn't know that
I
either.
gotta see the first one, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just want to shout this one out real quick. The original Point Break is timeless. That movie
Yes.
is amazing.
Yes.
Like I said, I don't want to get into this too much. I tried watching the new one just because it looked okay from the trailers, and I was like, oh man, these stunts look crazy and this and that. I watched about 40 minutes of it. I had no clue what was happening. No idea.
I think that just as gravity is gravity is a scientific fact, it's a formula. I think that any movie that tries to remake something that had Patrick Swayze in it is just going to fail. I think that's just it's a law of nature.
Right? You can't replace.
Patrick Swayze is a timeless actor. He's the fucking man. He's so badass. And then you go ahead and you throw Keanu Reeves in there. How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that justice? How are you gonna do that remake justice?
Yeah.
Even if the one in 2015 was even halfway decent, it's such a classic movie.
You might be right, because when they redid
was
Dirty
never gonna
Dancing, it was a
stack
whole
up.
different movie.
Dirty Dancing, the remake is like all the Dirty. there's
Havana
like Dirty,
Nights.
Yeah, Havana Nights, which I actually saw in the theater.
Oh, Patrick Swayze, Fox and the Hound.
See, they'll
Plays
never
Cash.
do it. They're doing all these other
The
Disney.
second one. This is weird. Okay.
They're doing all these other remakes, but they're not going to touch that. Nothing with Swayze, man. Ghost, they won't touch Ghost.
No.
Although if they did remake Ghost, they should do it with Tom
Sean,
Hardy.
Sean, so you brought this up while and this started the whole reboots thing, I believe. And I'm assuming this question is: should the Star Wars prequels be remade at one point in time?
Yeah, I mean, it says prequels, but you're absolutely right. I totally just went right to Star Wars.
No,
And the answer is yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant by it when I
Yeah.
put it there. It's absolutely. We talked a little bit about it last week how someone online rewrote it so it focused on Obi-Wan.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
his point of view, it's not about Anakin, but he's in it, of course.
I think that people would not care if they just completely went right through to the prequels and just started remaking the prequels, or even maybe a different keep the prequels on their own and maybe just make a different route to the original trilogy, a whole different route where you can kind of touch on points that happened in the prequels,
Sure.
but make it their own movie. So it's kind of like they overwrote the prequels. You know what I mean?
A little bit less about blocking trade routes.
And Jar Jar Binks. And,
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. Which I am so. This goes back to Nickelback, but I'm so against people just making fun of things for the because it's cool. Because Nickelback actually has good music. I'll state that fact. Sean, I know your skin's crawling, and Adam too. But anyway, like I was saying, but Jar Jar Binks is a bad character. Don't like him.
He is a bad character.
I liked him when I was a kid because he's a goofy guy. But when I watch those movies now, it's like he's such a
he's no less ridiculous than an Ewok, but
yeah, it's just something.
He sucks.
They used him a lot. They used him a lot in those movies. Yeah. He was very integral to some of the plot points. Very integral.
Well, have you ever seen the theory that he's like
a dark side guy, right?
Yeah, like the Darth or whatever.
Yeah. No, I've seen that.
It's pretty hilarious.
It still doesn't redeem him.
No, it doesn't. It tried. But my answer is yes. It should be remade.
Yeah, I think they should be remade as well.
I enjoyed them as I saw them all in theaters when they came out as a kid. And to be honest, the only one I've seen since is Revenge of the Sith, and I think that was the best one. If any of them would stick around, I think it would be that one. But if they remade them, I would watch them.
Yeah, definitely, totally. The third one is definitely the Revenge of the Sith.
Also, you know what else? You know, I think who I thought was a badass, but he didn't get enough time. Is General Grievous. I thought he was awesome.
Totally on board with General Grievous. Totally on board.
He did not get enough screen time.
Totally on board with General Grievous, the Jedi robot.
So, and then in the another one is Maul. Darth Maul was the best part about the first one.
There's so many motions to make a Darth Maul standalone.
There should.
Yeah.
But they could have put him in the prequels. He could have been a running, even if it went through 1.5. He's the perfect...
He was awesome.
Darth Maul kills Qui-Gon, and then Obi-Wan gets immediate revenge.
Yeah,
it was boring.
Yep. It should have been. It should not have been in one movie.
Yeah,
the revenge should not have been served in one movie. No way. I absolutely agree with
Maul
that.
could have been dragged out. He was awesome.
Yep.
It's too bad.
Well, anyway, guys, what are you watching? What are you watching this week? What'd you guys watch? You got any recommendations?
I did start a new one. It's called Love.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
Okay. New?
I don't know how new it is. I think it's 2 seasons.
Okay.
It is hilarious.
Who's in it?
It's raunchy. I don't even know him, which I love, but Judd Apatow makes it.
Okay.
And it's very funny. Watch it with your girlfriends.
He'll be all over it.
It's raunchy. It's hilarious.
I'm looking it up right now. Love. I do love Judd Apatow.
I like Judd Apatow, but his movies are they're super long. And they get real serious at some points in time.
Yeah, they do. And this isn't, I mean, so if you know her, Jillian Jacobs and Paul Rust, again, I don't know these actors, and I've only seen...
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't look familiar.
I've only seen 2 episodes at this point. I started it 2 days ago. But it's really funny. I mean, It's basically just about these 2 people who definitely don't belong together. And I don't know if they get together because I'm only 2 episodes in, but that's kind of the way it's going. But, just to give you an example, I don't really want to give it away because it's funny.
Oh, Jillian Jacobs was in Community.
Okay.
That's what I remember.
So that's where you know her from, yeah.
Yes.
But it's pretty good. And, again, I kind of just threw it on here because it's what I'm watching right now since I finished all the Defenders series and everything.
Oh,
Actually, I didn't even do Iron Fist.
Oh, I
watched it. So.
It's probably fine.
But
I will say, though, Iron Fist, I watched the whole thing. It got better at the end.
Okay.
So, fair enough.
Yeah. Anyways, that's mine.
Adam, what about you?
So today I watched American Honey with Shia LaBeouf and some girl that nobody's ever heard of, and I wanted to watch it just because I remember everybody saying that Shia LaBeouf was so good in it, he's so good in it, and he should be nominated for an Oscar and this and that, and I watched it and he is by far the best part of the movie. It was an interesting movie, almost 3 hours long. First of all, almost 3 hours long, which was crazy, but it's about these kids that basically live pretty free, and all they do is drive around the country and sell magazines to live. And it's just really interesting. And I thought it was the most interesting part of it was this actually happens. You know what I mean? Coming from, the Northeast, these people are in Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, that area of the country. At one point they go to Kansas City and they're in awe at the size of the buildings there in Kansas City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like one of those, but Shia LaBeouf is by far the best part of the movie. I would use the word magnetic in it because every scene he's in, very good. I've always been a big fan of this guy, even though he's a maniac. I'd like to hang out with him. I don't know if I could hang, but he seems like a cool dude.
I think Shia LaBeouf gets a lot of crap that's pretty undeserved. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like his stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest,
it's unfortunate because he has like those certain things that you see in the news, but he gets put under a microscope now for everything he does.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
I think he's just woke.
Yeah, he's woke. I think he's pretty woke as well. Is that what the kids say? The young whippersnappers say woke.
That's what I'm hearing.
And I have two things on here. I haven't started reading them because they're not out yet, and this is just like a heads up to people. This was sort of like breaking Batman comics news. So Scott Snyder is coming out with a new series soon called Batman Metal. I have no idea what it's about. It's part of the DC Rebirth, so there'll be a Wonder Woman metal. There'll be a Justice League metal. There'll be, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, that's cool.
I don't know what it. But the cover of this is really what got me hooked. It's Batman wielding dual axes.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right
was the
now.
promo
That's
part
pretty
for it.
wild.
So I was all over that.
And it's Scott
And then
Snyder,
And it's Scott Snyder who's the man.
He must be
And
fighting
the second
trees.
one, I'm sorry, Sean. Say that again.
I said he must be fighting trees since he's always prepared. He's got the axes. Sorry, it's a bad joke.
It's okay. The second one is called Batman: War of Jokes and Riddles. So I'm assuming it's a war between Batman, the Joker, and the Riddler, and it's written by Tom King, who's currently writing the Batman Rebirth. So
you just
I
put
can't
me,
wait for both of these to start.
You put me in a cold sweat when I looked at your recommendations because I thought I missed War of the Jokes and Riddles because I knew that's coming, but I thought
it's just coming out. It's like
Okay.
I think it starts in May.
Yeah, I think so too. The next couple, but yeah, that's all. I'm also excited for Batman Metal. I don't know if I'll read any of the other ones, but I know I'll definitely, obviously, read the Batman ones.
Oh, have to.
Yeah, totally.
And it's supposed to be like I follow Scott Snyder on Twitter, and he was doing like a Q&A, and it's supposed to be set up just like how his last run is. It'll be like a 6-part arc, and each volume will stand on its own. So you know how he did the Court of Owls set, and then he did the End Game, and then he did Death of the Family, and he did 0 Year. Like they all stand on their own 2 feet, but they're connected. So
Okay.
like that.
All right. So is that it for your recommendations?
That's all I got. What about you, Big Dog?
So, I had a movie recommended to me the other day by a friend, Mark. He told me to watch this movie. It's a horror, straight up horror. It's called The House of the Devil. It came out in 2009. Are either of you guys familiar?
No.
This movie is I'll give you the premise. This girl gets hired to babysit this kid. I'll say kid in quotes. She shows up to this house in the middle of nowhere. There's no kid. It's like she's being sacrificed to the devil. It's fucking awesome. Adam, I know this is not your thing, but it is fucking awesome. It's not super low budget, but it's really like classic this kind of like horror movie. It reminds me of The Exorcism, like the original Exorcism. It's fucking awesome.
Where'd you watch it?
I watched it on iTunes. You can rent it on iTunes. I had to rent it, but I will be adding this movie to my DVD collection. This is how much I liked it. It's real. If you watch the trailer, it just has like this old school. It came out in 2009, but it has this like old school horror movie feel, and it's really creepy. And if you like demonic horror movies, this is the fucking one for you.
I don't think I'll be seeing
It's
that.
like it's the kind of like thing like when you realize there's no kid in the house, like for her to babysit, like your stomach drops and your throat gets tight, like that kind of like horror. It's fucking creepy as fuck. Really well done. Good acting in it too as well. So
Sweet.
House of the Devil. That's what I'm recommending this week. I finished watching Iron Fist. I'm gonna give it 6 out of 10.
6.
It wasn't terrible, and it definitely heated up towards the end, but it wasn't as good as the Daredevil. It wasn't as good as Luke Cage. It wasn't as good as Jessica Jones.
Did you find out where it fits into the timeline?
No, it never really
stands alone.
So no, there's a scene where Rosario Dawson's character gives Iron Fist a shirt to wear because his is like torn to shreds, and he's like, "Here, this is a friend of mine's," and he puts it on, and there's a bullet hole in the shoulder from it's Daredevil's shirt.
Yeah.
So it happens after Daredevil. She
Daredevil
talks.
or Luke Cage?
It's not Luke's shirt.
Okay.
It would be huge on this kid. Like it was definitely Daredevil's shirt. But it happens after that, and she also talks about how she knows people who are gifted and things like that. She never says anything, but she always says it. So I'm assuming that this is also she knows Luke Cage. She also knows Jessica Jones. So yeah, it was all right. If you have some spare time between now and when the Defenders come out, watch it.
Yeah.
If not, I think you'll be all right without it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's where I'm at with that. You guys got anything else for this week? It's a good reboot talk.
Good to go.
The one thing I want to leave you guys on is that I was talking to Sean about this before the podcast, but we're coming to a point in time in reboots that we are now seeing movie franchises too that are going to be remade. Like this is like the first time in our lives that we're going to start seeing. Like I know a lot of like Disney movies are being remade and things like that, but this is like they're talking about rebooting the Matrix series. So this is like a really different time for us.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
You think about how like cinema changes and like people have lived through different like eras of film, but now we're starting to live through our own like we're starting to see how fast Hollywood goes back down to the well for stuff, and the Matrix now might be one of those things. So
that's crazy. I can't believe they want to do Matrix.
Yeah. So anyway, I would be very.
I love the Matrix movies, and I'd be torn on it because I think quite in the opposite direction of what we've been talking about on the past few podcasts. I think it would probably benefit from CGI, but I love the original ones. They're so good.
Yeah. I definitely want to see them remade. I don't know about this soon. I don't think it's going to come out next year. I think they're talking like 2020, like past that. But how awesome would it be if they rebooted it, but Keanu Reeves is Morpheus?
Like they just make him
Keanu Reeves,
just cast him as Morpheus.
That'd Morpheus, cool. Right? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. A throwback to the old.
There'd be some theory that somebody cooked up that it's
sure.
the same person.
Yeah, sure. There's a theory for everything. But anyway, that's our show for this week. If you guys would like, call us at 401-285-8120. Leave us a voicemail. Tell us about the reboots you like, that you don't like, or movies you'd like to see rebooted, or if you'd like to just chat with us about movies. We'll play it on the show, and we'll have a one-sided dialogue with you because we will not be talking to you live, but we'll play your voicemail. And until next week, thanks Sean, thanks Adam,
thank you Matt, thank you Sean. Gentlemanly.
Have a week, everybody.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.